Now that we've finally defrosted from the cold days of winter, Philadelphia is booming with many things for you to do. In this edition of Hello Philadelphia, we'll take you from Tinicum to the Northeast to give you a scoop on what to do. Hello Philadelphia starts now. Welcome back to Hello Philadelphia. Our reporters have gone from the far south of Philadelphia to the far northeast in order to show you some of the exciting activities that the city has in store for you. I'm Julia Horman.
And I'm Nate Williams. Over the past few weeks, our reporters have shown you many attractions Philadelphia has to offer, from the historical to the strange and unusual and everywhere in between. We've also introduced some interesting guests. You'll never guess who's joining me today.
One of the great things about Philadelphia is that it's broken up into 12 neighborhoods. Each one is unique, and they are so different that it's easy to tell when you've left one and entered another.
We've explored Center City, South Philadelphia, Roxborough, Manayunk, and Germantown, Chestnut Hill. In this week's Philly 12 segment, where we explore different areas of the city, we've sent reporter Jeff LaRoe to Northeast Philadelphia to see what they have to offer. Take a look.
Hello Philadelphia, I'm Jeff LaRoe for your last Phillies 12. We're here to highlight all the awesome places you can go in the Northeast. Our first stop is Philadelphia Mills, formerly known as Franklin Mills. We're going to show you an awesome place where you can go shopping here in the Northeast. Let's go check it out.
Philadelphia Mills is Philly's largest retail shopping destination with more than 200 of the most popular stores. In this newly renovated mall, you'll find apparel for everyone at stores such as Forever 21, Bebe, or New York & Company Outlet. The mall is just finishing its renovation, making it a must-see spot here in the Northeast. Philadelphia Mills is conveniently located at the Woodhaven Road exit off I-95 in the Northeast. You can also reach the mall by bus using routes 20, 67, and 84. If you're more of an outdoors person, the Northeast has your answer. We headed back down the boulevard to Pennypack Park to check out another awesome spot.
For our next stop, I'm here at Pennypack Park, a park that spans 1,200 acres, not all of which is even in Philadelphia. There are tons of trails to go hiking, running, jogging, or just enjoy the scenery. So let's go check it out.
Pennypack Park offers tons of trails, both hiking and biking. The park even offers bridle paths for horseback riding. Pennypack Creek offers a great place to fish and runs through the entire park and eventually lets out into the Delaware River.
Not only does Pennypack Park offer a wide variety of trails where you can get your exercise in, it also offers an abundance of places where you can sit back and relax and just escape the city noise.
Although Philadelphia Mills and Pennypack Park are awesome places to visit, the Northeast still offers tons of other places you can check out. Nifty 50s on Grant Avenue on the Boulevard offers an awesome step back in time to a 1950s-style diner. Or if you're feeling funky, head farther down the Boulevard to Rolling Thunder roller skating rink. If you're feeling adventurous, however, go out and see what you can find for yourself. For Hello Philadelphia, I'm Jeffrey LaRoe.
So Nate, I knew that you went on this trip to the Northeast to film this package. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part, honestly, was Pennypack Park. I loved it. It's so big. There's many trails you can go on. I saw a lot of people fishing, saw some camping spots. This is very unique.
It seemed awesome. I mean, I'm one for the outdoors. I love to go on hikes, and I hit up like a Fairmount Park and everything, so it looked like a great place to go. I never knew that it was in the Northeast.
Right, it expands past the Northeast as well. There were some areas that we wanted to explore, but the bridges were closed, so we were kind of limited in where we could go, but from where we went, it was awesome.
Right, that's great. So what else? Everything looked great. There's definitely a lot more to uncover as well for the 21 and over crowd. Northeast Philadelphia is home to Parks Casino and Racetrack. Parks features slot machines, card tables, and a bar. If you like to bet, there's not only horse races, but you can watch and bet on races taking place anywhere. If you enjoy golfing, Juniata Golf Course and the Philadelphia Quartet Club are also located in the Northeast. Maybe you're interested in learning. Well, the History of Nursing Museum is located right here at LaSalle University. At the museum, you can learn about women such as Florence Nightingale and Alice Fisher, who founded the Philadelphia General Hospital Nursing School.
For those of you who do like learning, we've sent reporter Richard Eckert into Center City to explore the Edgar Allan Poe House to learn more about one of America's most famous writers. Let's see what he found out.
Hello, Philadelphia. I'm Richard Eckert, reporting outside the Edgar Allan Poe House, where one of America's most original writers penned some of his finest literary achievements. There's a lot to see in this beautiful red brick home, so let's take the tour.
In the reading room, we invite people to become more familiar with Poe by reading Poe's works. Now, if you look over here on the second shelf, you'll see Poe's complete works are lined up. We have 17 different volumes. 6 of the volumes are stories and poems. 6 volumes are criticism. His major work is collected here, and nobody reads it. It's called Eureka.
As we progress through the famous poet's residency, we'll be exploring each and every room to discover the most immediate artistic influences present in his life. Before Helen McKenna takes us on the tour, take a seat inside the theater for the short, informative film on the life and career of Edgar Allan Poe.
We have an artist rendering of how things would have appeared when Poe was here. And then we invite you to step down and walk into Poe's parlor. This was a parlor where Poe would be able to discuss writing. And as a critic, he had kind of made a name for himself as America's first serious full-time literary critic. They thought he was a little rough, so they called him the Tomahawk Man. But this is an area where we think that he would have been working on some of those works. And we know that his cat, Katerina, liked to actually sit on his shoulder while he was writing. So that's why we have her sitting on the desk in this. I think that this is the room that was most likely the bedroom, for him at least. And they had a window over on that wall. There is now an apartment on the other side of that wall because there was an addition to the property in 1848. So we're showing you in this painting what Poe would have seen when he looked out the window.
While the tour offers a look at where and how Poe lived, you can also learn more about his poetic style and body of work.
Raven's statue is hollow. It was put there in 1973 when the city of Philadelphia actually owned the site. While living in this house, the most significant thing that Poe completed, we do believe he was working on the Raven poem while living here, but he wrote The Black Cat while living in this house, and it was published while he lived here as well.
You can see all 3 floors of Edgar Allan Poe's home right here in the city of brotherly love, where Poe himself crafted some of his greatest and most influential poems. For Hello Philadelphia, I'm Richard Eckert.
Thanks, Richie. It looks like you're able to take a step back in time to see how Edgar Allan Poe lived. But maybe you feel like you've learned enough about writers and other historical figures in school and want to learn something different. Maybe you're someone who's interested in learning about animals and the outdoors.
Reporter Madison Elliott traveled to Tinicum to explore the John Hines Wildlife Refuge to see what kind of animals are found there. Let's see what it has to offer.
Hello, Philadelphia. This is Madison Elliott reporting today from the John Hines National Wildlife Refuge. And as you can see here, they have tons of ways to show us how to take care of our environment. They are the first of its kind in the nation, so let's go learn something today. The John Hines Refuge was established in 1972 as the first urban refuge in the United States to protect the largest remaining tidal marsh in Pennsylvania. This place is crawling with wildlife, and their goal is to educate, engage, and connect. Our tour guide Lamar told us more about that.
We provide environmental education to local schools, and we do direct education in that regard. It means we go into the schools, and we go into the schools multiple times a month to do environmental education, but we also bring the students out to the refuge.
One way they do that is an outdoor classroom, which brings in students from all over.
And we have probably between 4 and 6 classes a week. Second thing is engage, and engagement means to me going into local parks and green spaces and vacant lots and restoring those spaces. The third piece is connecting. So how do we break down those transportation barriers that we have between the refuge and the community?
We took a drive throughout the refuge, and Lamar pointed out that this freshwater tidal marsh used to measure over 5,700 acres. However, with rapid urbanization over the years, that number has been reduced to a mere 200 acres. The refuge strives to protect this marsh and the wildlife that exists here, like turtles, ducks, and over 300 species of birds. As we were walking, Lamar explained they love to give people access to the refuge and open up their eyes to what's around them outside of Philadelphia. On top of its main purpose to preserve wildlife, it's a great place to meditate, exercise on over 10 miles of trail, or do what any LTV reporter would do. Right now I'm sitting on one of the many benches that they offer here at the Hines Preserve to kind of sit out and enjoy the view and soak up the sun on a beautiful warm day like today. Well, we definitely learned a lot here today at the Johns Hines Preserve. Until next time, for Hello Philadelphia, I'm Madison Elliott.
It looks like there's a lot to do to keep you interested and active. If you want to learn more about animals, Philadelphia is home to the first zoo in the country, and it's located on Girard Avenue. If you just want to enjoy the outdoors and stay active, Philadelphia offers multiple city and state parks, from Benjamin Rush State Park in the Northeast to Fairmount Park dispersed throughout the city, and Wissahickon Valley Park.
Well, we could talk parks all day. It looks like it's time for our first commercial break, but we've got plenty more in store for you. You don't want to miss our City Secrets package, and you'll definitely want to see which festival we visited. Plus, you won't believe who's sitting down with us later. Stick around.
I think that a healthy body image means that, you are comfortable being the best you that you can be.
I think it's also part of the mental mind and how a person feels that they're perceived, because if they're confident, it's going to show in the way they act, how they dress.
If you're happy with how you look, you're comfortable, that means you're happy and you're healthy.
My ideal body image would be one where someone's healthy and happy.
If you or someone you know is struggling to maintain a healthy body image, visit the National Eating Disorder Association's website at www.nedawareness.org.
Welcome back to Hello Philadelphia, the show that discovers what the city can offer you.
Have you ever been hungry and walking through a museum, but you were reminded you couldn't eat by all of the no food and no drink signs? Well, in this week's edition of City Secret segment, we went to a place where there are no rules, Pizza Brain, a pizza museum that is also a pizzeria. Take a look. Hello Philadelphia, my name is Julia Horman and I'm here at Pizza Brain, Museum of Pizza Culture on Frankfurt Ave. Pizza Brain is home to some of the world's most unique pizza memorabilia. Let's go inside and check it out.
What's up, bro?
Pizza Brain, located on Frankfurt Avenue in Pizzadelphia, ZA, opened in 2011 and is the world's first pizza museum with an artisan pizzeria attached. Their collection of pizza memorabilia that surrounds you while you eat is certified as the world's largest by the Guinness Book of World Records. It includes artifacts from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series to a random supply of figurines, posters, and everything in between. One of the features of the museum includes a touchscreen pad where you can create a personal pizza with your own choice of sauce, cheese, and toppings. Though Pizza Brain is known for its unique memorabilia, that's not the only reason people stop by. Oh my gosh, delicious.
Pizza Brain is a pizza restaurant. We're also a museum, but really we're mostly just a pizza restaurant. All the pies are named after just either friends and family of staff or weird names that one of our owners who was in data entry found out.
Once you've finished your delicious pizza, head right next door to Little Baby's Ice Cream to cap off your meal with a sweet treat for dessert. I got my pizza from Pizza Brain, and now I'm enjoying my chocolate ice cream cone from Little Baby's Ice Cream. Come and get yours. For Hello Philadelphia, I'm Julia Horman.
So tell me more about Pizza Brain.
It was awesome, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it at all, and we got there, and the employees were so inviting and friendly. They were more than happy to have us walking around, shooting the shop, giving interviews to us. It was a great experience, and of course, great pizza.
So yeah, did you finish that huge slice?
Unfortunately, I did not, but I did share it with our co-filmer, Eddie.
Would you go back again?
Oh, definitely, in a heartbeat. It was so great. It wasn't overpriced or anything. The pizza selection was great. It was a great time. But if you've had enough of American lifestyle, of lying around and eating pizza, then you'll want to check out this next package. Reporter Joanne Morant visited the first annual Chinese Lantern Festival to see what it was all about.
Hello, Philadelphia. My name is Joanne Morant, and today we're here at the Chinese Lantern Festival down here at Franklin Square Park. There's a lot to see and do, so let's go check it out.
The Chinese Lantern Festival comes to Philadelphia to light up Franklin Square Park from April to June each year. This celebration of light features 28 larger-than-life displays. We ran into festival coordinator Amy Needle, who gave us this scoop.
So this is the Philadelphia Chinese Lantern Festival, and tonight's our opening night. We'll be here through June 12th. We're really excited that this is our first big event celebrating Chinese culture and light.
But the lights aren't all you see in each night. You can catch a performance such as traditional Chinese song and dance or ancient Chinese face changing. You can grab a bite to eat at Square Burger and a drink at the Dragon Beer Garden or enjoy the park's carousel. But don't miss the glowing yellow Chinese dragon, stretching 200 feet and weighing 18,000 pounds, and it's all handmade as well.
We actually saw the Chinese artisans making these lanterns. It's pretty amazing. They're all made out of wire frames and then silk overlays, and then each one of them, it's hard to believe, is hand painted.
These gorgeous displays are made using traditional Chinese methods and over 15,000 LED lights.
When it gets dark out, this is where you want to be because of the beautiful lights and scenery. And it's only going to be here for another 7 weeks, so you should come out here and see it. From Hello Philadelphia, I'm Joanne Morant. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Joanne. The festival is outdoors like many of the cultural festivals Philadelphia offers every summer. These include Blue Cross River Rink Summerfest, where you can roller skate, relax in a boathouse-style lodge, and take part in a series of summer events, and the Fairmount Arts Crawl, where you can view work by local artists and watch performers on the street, in restaurants and bars, and other businesses.
We're going to take another break, but if you're a Philly sports fan, you won't want to go anywhere. When we come back, Nate will be sitting down with the head coach of LaSalle's men's basketball team. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. I'm here with Dr. John Giannini, the head coach of LaSalle's basketball team. Glad to have you here, Coach.
Oh, it's great to be here, Nate. Thanks.
Okay, so first question for you. How did you get involved in basketball?
You know, I played, and I was a good player in college, but not good enough to play professionally. And I just wasn't ready to give it up. I wanted to go to graduate school to study sports psychology, but just out of almost an urge, like birds migrating south, it came to be basketball season coming up, and I approached the coach at the University of North Texas, Tommy Newman, about helping out, and I was really lucky that he let me be a part of the program. And from there, I started my coaching career.
Ah, that's wonderful. So can you tell me a little bit more about your time in the University of Illinois?
Well, I went from North Texas to Illinois. And again, you have to be good and lucky in almost anything in life. And at Illinois, I was really lucky because when I got there, we were ranked #1 in the country. We went to the Final Four. And as a young grad assistant, trust me, you don't have a ton to do with that. It's the head coach running the program and the assistants who coach those guys and recruit them. But I was able to learn and help them. And I was able to do it on a really big stage and learn a lot about college basketball at the highest level.
That's great. So now you're approaching 400 games here at LaSalle. That's an accomplishment. So can you tell me more about your experience as head coach?
Well, first of all, I just feel incredibly lucky. There's so many people that would love to do what I do, and my job is exciting and challenging, and I get to work with great people. And that's really how I feel now as these years go on. I just really appreciate especially the players that I got to coach. And going back to my first year here, from Steve Smith and Sean Neal and Mike St. John and Darnell Harris and Sherman Diaz, Matt Smith, a walk-on who is very successful right now in the business world in New York City and just did something very generous to help our program. So from my first year all the way up to the Sweet 16 and our current players, I just am lucky because of the company that I get to keep.
Right, I heard you mention the Sweet 16. Can you tell me how you felt like once your team reaches?
You know, coaches are so focused, good or bad, about what we have to do next. We're not as emotional as you think. If you look at our shot to beat Mississippi, I looked pretty normal for that moment. If you look at Jay Wright at Villanova's reaction when they just hit the shot to win the national championship, people were amazed at just how normally he reacted, and that's because we're focused. We're always thinking about what we're going to do next, if the game goes into overtime and what our next move is. So it is a job for us. It's exciting for most other people, but for us, it's a job that requires us to be focused. And I'm emotional to begin with. I have to work at not being emotional. So it was a great accomplishment, the Sweet 16, and something I'll treasure forever. But at the moment, you're pretty focused.
Oh, okay, that's good. So what do you, with preparing the basketball team season by season, like every season, is it different, or do you do the same?
Yeah, that's a great question. The goals stay the same, but the way you achieve those goals might be different. What works one year might not work the next year.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you want to be in the NCAA tournament. So we've only been there once in 12 years, and we'd like to do it more. But it's an amazing accomplishment. There's over 350 Division I schools, and there's really about 32 or so at-large bids. For most of the bids go to automatic conference qualifiers. So when we got in as one of the top 32 or so teams in the country. And when you look at the competition that you have to beat to be one of those 32, you're talking about land-grant schools with 30, 40,000 students and really large arenas and really large budgets. But basketball is a sport for the Catholic schools, as Villanova just showed, winning the national championship.
Right.
So we can compete against the biggest schools in the country in basketball, but it's hard to be among the best, but that's our goal every year.
Okay, so we see what the team does on the court. So can you tell me what they do off the court?
Yeah, first of all, we're in study hall and in classes and doing things to succeed academically like everyone else on this campus, and that takes up a lot of time. But in terms of community service, two of the most enjoyable days of the year involve community service. One day we went to Sunday's breakfast, and it's a homeless shelter around Broad Street, right around Roman Catholic. And we spent the day cleaning the place and feeding the men that are there. And it was just really impactful, to say the least. And then around Christmas time, we delivered presents to cancer-stricken kids as part of an organization called Bringing Hope Home. These things bring you so much perspective. Then to things that are a little bit less dramatic. We recently cleaned up Broad Street for the Broad Street Run. We painted fences at Logan Elementary School. We participated in a bone marrow drive on campus. So we do as much as our time allows. But between training to beat the top teams in the country, and that goes on every day year round, and trying to keep up our studies, you know, it's a challenge to find time to do those other things that you want to do.
Okay, Coach, so one last thing for you. What has been the greatest moment of being a head coach?
You know what, former players, and I'll give you a couple examples. I had one guy who called me and said, Coach, I'm about to propose to my girlfriend, my fiance, but I'm nervous, I don't know how. I had another guy, I always get the baby announcements, or my wife is pregnant, and or last night, I had a former player send me a picture of his son whose 4th grade team just won their 4th grade championship. So those are the things that make you realize that it's more than basketball, that they're lifelong relationships, and those kind of things are what stand out the most. But when Todd Tibbetts called me and said, Coach, I'm scared to death, what do? I got to propose. That's when I realized, man, these guys, you know, they feel they could still call on their coach, which is a wonderful feeling.
Well, thanks a lot, Coach, for having us.
Thanks.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. Thank you again to Dr. John Giannini for joining us today. We've taken you to different areas of the city to show you what it has to offer, but we know there's more out there. Get out there and see what you can do in Philadelphia. If you want more information, you can check out LaSalle. You can check us out at lasalle.edu/LaSalleTV, or follow us on Twitter at LaSalleTVPhilly. If you missed anything, you can catch up on LaSalle YouTube at LaSalle56TV. I hope you enjoyed the show, and don't forget to tune in next time. On behalf of Julia and the rest of the Hello Philadelphia crew, thank you for tuning in.